Elon Musk eventually couldn't hold on any longer. He only completed 13% of the trillion-dollar deficit reduction plan, yet it caused Tesla's stock price to plummet by $70 billion. This world's richest man, who has conquered both the Earth and space with electric vehicles and Falcon rockets, ultimately couldn't withstand the joint suppression from Capitol Hill and Wall Street. With Donald Trump's ambiguous attitude, Musk can only plan to flee. The great cause of saving the country has not been accomplished, but Musk has to leave with regret. What on earth is the mystery behind all this? Trump, who originally gave unwavering support to the Department of Government Efficiency, why has he now abandoned it halfway? On March 27, Musk announced that he would resign from his position in the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency by the end of May. And Trump's attitude is rather intriguing. He first highly praised Musk's talent and achievements, and then said that Musk had his own business and should go back to run his company. However, in February just past, a White House official also revealed that there was no clear termination date for Musk's government position and said, "He will stay here all the time." Trump's attitude has changed so dramatically. The fundamental reason is that Musk is facing an unprecedented crisis. Since Trump returned to the White House, Musk has also been regarded as the strongest assistant. And the market value of his company Tesla soared like a rocket to a historic high of $850 billion, at that time, under Trump's protection. Musk was riding high. His ambition and desire were magnified once again, and the hatred for those who coaxed his eldest son into thinking he was a girl welled up in his heart. At this moment, if he didn't do something, how could he live up to his status at that time? Musk quickly took up his post in the Department of Government Efficiency. The first move he made was to target the Chief Diversity Officer's Executive Council, which is the instigator of the LGBT movement. After sweeping away this cancerous tumor with thunderous force, he then turned his spearhead towards the International Development Agency. This organization, which has more than 10,000 employees and is the mastermind behind color revolutions around the world, was cut down to only 290 people, and all kinds of funding budgets were cancelled. The U.S. Department of the Treasury, the Department of Education, the Department of Defense, etc. all became objects of investigation. The deep state that previous presidents didn't dare to touch was also put on the rectification list of the Department of Government Efficiency. Even the more than 8,000 tons of gold stored in Fort Knox and the accounts of the Federal Reserve, Musk wanted to check and verify them personally. These are the lifeblood of North America. How could they be easily shown to others? To be honest, both Trump and Musk are somewhat reckless. If nothing is found after the investigation, it would be okay. But if something is discovered, the credibility of the U.S. dollar would really be over. Would the deep state just let them keep making trouble like this? When Musk first took office, he made a bold promise to cut the more than 400 federal government agencies to 99 and also to cut the annual budget of $6.75 trillion by $2 trillion. That's just a joke. If it were really cut like that, how many people's interests would be damaged? Later, he changed his tune and said he would try his best to cut $1 trillion. According to the data on the website of the Department of Government Efficiency, so far, Musk has only saved the Americans $130 billion. However, in my opinion, this $130 billion is the salary of grassroots workers, because it is the grassroots workers who lose their jobs first, not the wealthy. Although there is a huge gap between this and what Musk originally boasted, the price he paid for it is not small at all. The Americans whose jobs were taken away by Musk began to launch an organized campaign against him. A large number of Tesla cars were smashed, burned, and damaged. The showrooms, stores, and charging stations related to Tesla cars all became targets of people's anger. The world's leading electric vehicle giant has actually been reduced to a rat crossing the street, universally hated. It's really sad. Not only that, the officials of the deep state didn't let him go either. 5 leaders of the Democratic Party demanded that the Judicial Department investigate Musk for abuse of power. 4 states in North America jointly sued the Department of Government Efficiency for violating the Constitution. 19 members of Congress worked overnight to promote the legislation of the Privacy Protection Act for public officials. Many government departments, including the FBI, refused to cooperate with the actions of the Department of Government Efficiency. Musk's team even received death threats, because this reform has already touched the core interests of the deep state. it's normal to encounter a backlash. Just think about it. The United States has been established for more than 200 years. The vested interest groups have long established a complex network of relationships and have deeply kidnapped the country. How could it be easily overthrown just by the words of two businessmen? No matter what Trump and Musk's original purposes were for carrying out such a revolution, they will have to pay the price for it. Trump, at least, still has the identity of the president to protect himself. But what can Musk rely on to safeguard his own safety? So I think Musk's behavior of deeply intervening in political struggles is obviously very irrational. Especially when he was promoting reforms in the United States, he also spoke out several times to interfere in European elections. This sentiment was directly translated into a boycott of Tesla cars. While the sales volume in the North American and European markets plummeted, his performance in the overseas Chinese market was also not optimistic. The sales volume in February this year even directly halved. The poor performance in the global market also affected Tesla's stock price. In just over a month, the market value evaporated by more than $130 billion. Subsequently, several investors voiced their opinions, saying that Musk had damaged Tesla's reputation. They also demanded that he either give up his other positions and focus on being Tesla's CEO, or focus on his government work but find a suitable CEO for Tesla. Just judging from Musk's business achievements, his talent is undoubtedly beyond doubt. But in the political field, he is obviously a bit naive. It used to be said that Trump didn't understand politics. But after going through the tempering of his previous term of office, he can now be regarded as a qualified politician. However, Musk doesn't have such experience. His success in business has also made him overly confident. From the series of actions he took after taking up the post in the Department of Government Efficiency, it can be seen that he is completely working with the thinking of an entrepreneur. But politics is not business. And Musk's weaknesses are too obvious. He started his career in the physical manufacturing industry. His rocket company and social media platform were relatively safe. The only vulnerable point is Tesla. Musk's wealth is also supported by Tesla. For such a listed company with a physical business, as long as his opponents use a little trick, it can make him fall into an irreversible situation. Tesla cars were smashed and damaged in an organized way. And the financial groups led by George Soros, a major donor of the Democratic Party, shorted Tesla in the stock market. After this combination of blows, Tesla was directly left in a sorry state. When Musk himself was interviewed, he almost burst into tears on the spot. He has felt the pain, but now there is no turning back. Trump pushed him out at the beginning as a shield for himself. And Musk also understood this. But he still threw himself into it without hesitation. He just wanted to take a political gamble and expand his influence in the political arena through a revolution. He also tried to buy people's hearts with money. In the recent election for a judge of the Wisconsin Supreme Court this month, Musk generously spent $4 million to support the Republican candidate. This campaign ended in a crushing defeat. This also shows that Musk's overly radical methods have already aroused the vigilance and disgust of many people. The approval ratings of both him and Trump in the polls are dropping sharply. And this kind of backlash has just started. Perhaps realizing that his situation was becoming more and more dangerous, and considering that his status as a temporary employee would expire by the end of May, Musk took the opportunity to say that he would resign, hoping to quell public resentment with this move. And Trump also realized that Musk's role was no longer very important. He publicly tried to persuade Musk to stay on the surface to maintain the image of the reform, but in fact, he was hinting that the Department of Government Efficiency would come to an end. Trump's methods are becoming more and more flexible and sophisticated. And Musk is not completely a reckless man driven only by passion. At the moment when he is about to leave, Musk quietly reached out to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. It is said that Jared Isaacman has been nominated as the head of NASA. Musk also took advantage of his position in the Department of Government Efficiency to control NASA's funding budget. These actions are undoubtedly aimed at deeply binding his SpaceX with NASA. In this way, Musk's Mars plan will receive national endorsement. The interests he lost in Tesla cars may be made up for by SpaceX's Mars colonization plan and commercial space activities. We all know that Musk is a technology fanatic. His technology empire already encompasses many fields such as ground transportation, space technology, artificial intelligence, energy, and social media. Many of these industries are currently either in a bottleneck period or have powerful competitors. Only the artificial intelligence and aerospace fields still have great development potential. The artificial intelligence industry in the United States has already been divided up by several major capital groups. Only the aerospace field, due to its high threshold, has not been touched by anyone yet. If Musk controls NASA, then his strength in the field of space exploration will increase significantly. Except for China, there is no one else who can compete with SpaceX for this trillion-dollar cake. If we look at it from this perspective, Musk's political adventure is undoubtedly a success. All his crazy behaviors then have a reasonable explanation. What do you all think about this? Welcome to leave your comments and discussions in the comment section. This video ends here. If you like it, please give a thumbs up and follow us. See you in the next video.